Hey, what's up guys, Chillix here, welcome back to more Melty Blood React. Last time we got what was probably not the worst ending, but still not a... wasn't an ideal ending. But this time we're gonna get the final normal ending before we unlock the true end, which is we're picking up from just after beating Ciel. Which is the first time we've done that, actually.
That is enough. This battle is ours, Agent.
And, yeah, I know I was actually a little bit ahead of this last time. But I decided to just redo this anyway to kind of... you know, give ourselves a refresher on what this... on what this, route leads... on what led up to the ending we're gonna get for this, I guess.
I see. Your abilities have certainly improved. Fighting you now would be a bad idea. Furthermore, since he's helping you, it would be best to let sleeping dogs lie. Shion Eltnam Atlasia, I entrust your monitoring to him now. Your involvement in this is disturbing, but it is foolish for me to be distracted from my main task. That's a strange thing to say. Shiki and I are partners. He doesn't mind my involvement. Yes, you may be right. You may be right. He's nice to everyone, so I'll not get in the way. But no matter what, you'll not be able to do anything bad when you're with him. You'd best keep that in mind. Tono-kun.
Yes? What is it, senpai?
You don't have to be so apprehensive. Since you chose to associate with her, you'll have to supervise her until the very end. You can't leave her alone halfway through.
Me supervise Shion?
Yes, since she is investigating vampires, she'll need your protection. I will not be able to help you until I have killed the dead apostle, so you have to protect her until then.
Yeah, it's interesting how if we beat her, she says, I won't be able to help you, rather than I'll put off catching you, which is interesting. Until you kill the dead apostle. Wait, are you looking for the vampire from the rumors too?
Of course. I am on formal orders from the church, and a powerful dead apostle is hiding somewhere in town. So I ask you to not do anything foolish, Tono-kun.
Right.
If the church is involved, then that must have already begun. Just as you say, Shion Eltnam. I understand your feelings, but hunting dead apostles is the business of the church. You should stay out of it. And as for apprehending you, that is the duty of the Magi Association. For me, everything else is secondary to the hunt for dead apostles.
Okay.
I am... being overlooked. Of course not, because as soon as the dead apostle hiding in this town is disposed of, you will definitely be of top priority. You're saying I should leave Japan then, Agent? I'm surprised you'd be so soft. I heard from the Knights that the Burial Agency was one of the most bloodthirsty groups of killers around. Was that information wrong? No, they were right. I just don't feel good tonight. Even if I'm part of the Burial Agency, I'm still human.
It seems there's at least one person trying to play innocent. After everything is over, you can tell me all about it, Tono-kun. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Fierce heat with scattered lies.
Thank goodness. The fact that she found us is a big minus, but the fact that she can be pushed back is an unexpected development. I expected that if I encountered her, I would be forced either to flee or to be destroyed. It seems that an external factor tipped the scales in my favor. You, Shiki. She certainly is cautious when it comes to you. An agent of the Burial Agency saying, "Stay out of trouble, don't get in the way of my duties." I never would have thought it. Still, this could help remove the biggest obstacle to our plan. If this... Shiki, are you even listening to me?
Huh? I'm sorry, Shion, what is it?
Not what is it? Didn't we just turn back an agent of the church? Is this not traditionally the part where the victors celebrate?
Yeah, something like that, I guess. All we did was simply push back dealing with the problem until later in the future. And Shion, We really did just make Senpai really angry. True. Let's not think about the unpleasant future right now. More importantly, what was that thing Senpai was saying earlier?
Thing? What do you mean, thing?
The thing about the order to arrest you, and then protective custody, and... Well, maybe that's not so bad, but the capture by any means part is a little much, isn't it? You told me you were magic from Atlas, but you never said you were on some wanted list.
Of course not. I felt no need to speak of it.
You felt no need? You don't just hide something like that.
Shiki, please stop yelling so much. You are drawing attention. But it certainly was a mistake on my part. I did not think even the church was searching for me. It seems the Magi Association is really intent on returning me.
Alright, I can accept that. But what in the world did you do? For Senpai to really attack someone like that is rare. I mean, it doesn't happen often. Are you sure you didn't do something to make her angry, Shion? If so, it would be troublesome if you didn't tell me, you know.
Troublesome? Shiki, why?
If we're going to work together, we have to have an understanding between us. We've got to be able to rely on each other. There can't be any more secrets.
Is that part of being a partner?
Yeah, that's really important between partners. Shion?
Shiki, Atlas is hunting me because I turned my back on the doctrine. Objectively, I have not done anything wrong. You're not an accomplice, so there's no need to worry.
No, I wasn't asking if you did something wrong. I was just wondering why Senpai was after you.
Please believe me. I didn't do anything for you to despise me.
Yeah, I believe you. Totally.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me explain the rest. The Magi Association I come from is the Atlas Academy. There is one overall Magi Association, but different places have different academies.
I know. The largest Magi Association is in London. Senpai said that earlier.
That is the Clock Tower, hidden within the very famous British Museum. They are one of the most respected associations. Many Magi try to imitate their stances. But I am from a place far away from there, an alchemist of Atlas in Egypt. Other academies encourage learning and experimentation in a wide variety of disciplines. In Atlas, there is only one path, and those who venture off it are severely punished.
Severely punished? Shion, don't tell me.
Yes, I broke their one commandment. Atlas strictly forbids the dissemination of knowledge, but I traveled to other academies and exchanged information with their researchers.
You mean you traded away secrets from this place, Atlas?
No, I would never reveal Atlas's own secrets. The information I traded was the fruits of my own personal research.
Well, they shouldn't have gotten angry about it if it was just your own work.
Atlas does not see it that way. They believe that the results of one's own work should be revealed only to oneself.
Which I still think is really fucking dumb. Like, I understand them not wanting you to give away, like, academy secrets. But trading your own stuff should... I don't know. That's kind of silly.
That is their absolute law, and consequently, they view my actions as a serious transgression. Perhaps it is very unbecoming for an alchemist, but getting answers to my questions was more important to me than Atlas's restrictions.
Answers to your questions about a cure for vampirism?
Yes, exactly. Questions about the dead apostles, the thought process of those humans who sought immortality, the underlying fate of those humans of winning such a contradiction. What drives them? Why I carry such doubt within me? Those are my chains.
I'm sorry, but could you be a little more clear? Your explanation is a little, extremely hard to follow.
Well, excuse me, your inability to comprehend things is really something. Just dumbing down my words to meet your vocabulary takes forever. Now you want me to somehow match everything to your limited intelligence? No, in the first place, my explanation was not lacking. The only thing lacking here is your ability to understand anything.
Okay.
Anyway, the point of my crimes was to find a cure for vampirism. Don't you want that too?
Well, sure, that would be great, but Shion, you...
What? What is it, Shiki?
It's not a question of your motives. didn't Senpai say you had a connection to this vampire mess?
Of course. I am entrusted to gathering information for you.
Stairs.
I don't know.
I don't have any connection to it, yo.
Why is it so hard to believe that I don't have any connection to this trivial, inconsequential vampire affair in such a far east country like this?
Wow. Trivial is pretty harsh, isn't it?
Ah, no, that isn't what I meant. I meant at its current stage it is trivial. These rumors have not been verified, nor have there been any victims, right? In other words, it will be serious once real victims turn up.
Just some rumors. It really is pretty trivial. Haha. Maybe I was a little stupid to investigate it just because it seemed interesting.
You've got it all wrong. Trivial isn't the right word. We'll be lucky to end this before victims do appear. Look, Shiki, you can't just ignore the rumors that a vampire has reappeared in town.
Don't ignore the rumors, Shion? I thought you came here to see Arkwid, not because of those rumors.
Didn't I say that before? I came to this town to meet with the true ancestor, and then the
Totally unrelated dead apostle just started to appear here. Right, well, whatever.
What do you mean by whatever, Shiki?
You have your secrets, but I can see you're not really a bad person.
You can't understand anything at all. As a matter of fact,
You really get on my nerves.
Shiki, I really do want to explain it all to you, but...
I'm not sure if this is correct, but apparently Alice alchemists often go mad with knowledge of futures they calculate. That's the research evidence of doomsday weapons. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, they did mention that before, that they tend to make weapons. I don't think the them going mad thing has been said, but I wouldn't be terribly surprised. Actually, yeah, that makes a weird amount of sense. But I feel like someone who's lost their mind wouldn't go out trading information. Oh. No, it's alright. I think I understand your situation better now, so we can just end it here. More importantly, it's almost sunrise. The sun will be up soon. The vampire only comes out at night, you know.
Shiki, your family will be up soon, right? It would be meaningless to continue our search any longer.
Hey, Shion, how do you know that much about me?
Because your thoughts are very strong. I don't want Akiha to find out about my night patrols. Is your highest priority. Akiha is very important to you, but you're a little scared of her, aren't you? You seem to think about her a lot. If you think about her so much, I wonder what kind of person she is.
Let's just stop here. Please stop. At any rate, let's go our separate ways for now. You can meet again tomorrow night at the same place. We might be able to catch Arkwid next time. And it would be better if you hid yourself in daytime. Despite what Senpai said, she may just come looking for you if you're alone.
I was going to do that.
See you later then. Meet at the usual place tomorrow night.
Troubling. How can he trust me so completely like that?
He's an idiot. But also a good judge of character.
I'm dreaming. For me, it's a waste of time. Even if sleep is necessary for resting the brain, to have to see these pointless thoughts. Probably because my body is weakening. I can't control it. Isn't this a contradiction? If I'm so exhausted, I should be too tired for dreams. All the same, why is it that I bring up these meaningless thoughts? I don't know. The name Meltnum. Something of a scar on the face of Atlas. Awe, loathing, avoidance, criminal. No one said that, but that's how I was viewed. A family known for their long devotion to alchemy. Once considered distinguished nobility, respected figures who commanded great influence. When did that all change? I shared information. My father did the same, and his father before him. That is how we increase our knowledge. Those Veltnum don't take their knowledge from books, but from other humans. That is the result of a rational pursuit of knowledge. If you want to know something, you don't necessarily have to study just that one thing. It is more efficient to copy the knowledge of someone who has studied it and more. Then you will have the whole of his knowledge, not just one piece of it. So thought our ancestors, who created the means by which we can read data directly from the human mind. Using the ether light, the artificial nervous system constructed of ether, hacking into the soul is possible. When the ether light touches another human being, it merges with their nervous system and links their mind with that of the user. You might say it takes over that person's hardware. Thought directs the body, and ordinarily the brain is its only control center. The ether light hacks into this process and becomes a second control center, sabotaging the original. It hacks orders to the body, which believes they came from its own brain. The ether light penetrates to the deepest level. From the brain, it takes information. It creates a blueprint of the soul from which thought processes are derived. Of course, to completely seize someone requires the breach of reason, instinct, thousands of barriers. It truly is a talent. With this ability to invade the information of others, the House of Eltnum can overcome any obstacle with ease. The target has no choice but to yield their knowledge. Other powerful methods of collecting a person's knowledge, drugs, the hypnotic gaze of a vampire, those methods can damage the information so that perfect playback is impossible. Certainly, they damage the target itself. But our method is different. Our way does not leave a scar in the mind. Thoughts are invaded, downloaded, and even rewritten without the person being aware. Even morally bankrupt alchemists consider this heresy. So Eltnum kept its great power a close secret. But even close secrets inevitably become open ones. By the time I was born, the Eltnum name was no longer a distinguished one. 3 generations ago, our secret was discovered, and we were estranged from Atlas for violating its rules. I suspect the other alchemists were also afraid of our methods. In that way, people distance themselves from Eltnum. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. My grandfather, my father, and I did not receive the kind of persecution that might otherwise have been expected. Our methods are rational ones, no matter how feared and disliked they may be right now. No alchemist could deny our accomplishments or our power, nor could they surpass us. So instead, they attempted to ignore us. We could not be penalized, so we were treated as if we did not exist. In the pit that was the Atlas Academy, the House of Eltnum resided in the deepest darkness. But even that was not a problem. Others may view us as fallen, but the pride of Eltnum never wavered. I worked hard as a proud daughter of Eltnum. Truly, I was superior. Despite my past, I would soon return and demonstrate my abilities. No, not a problem at all. All those who could not oppose me could only ignore me. And I, who possessed abilities worthy of the name Eltnum, there were no doubts about my future. None at all. No reason for doubt anywhere. But I was a slave to my doubts. What kind of doubts? What was I looking for? I don't even know the answers to that myself. The gap between me and everyone else increased moment by moment, and I didn't notice how heavy my burden had become. Okay, now we're finally back to where we left off last time. It is time. The sun has set and the town silently turned to night. Not good. Already this late. I can barely speak through my painfully dry throat. I knew sleeping in a proper room would have been better. The heat of the day dried my skin so much it crackles as I move. Shiki, already coming, but he's 10 minutes early. Right, I have to keep up so I can warn him. Warn him about what? My connection with Shiki through the etherlight gives me the occasional glimpse into his thoughts. It seems he kept busy, spending all day searching for the true ancestor and for the rumored killer. Is that just part of his personality, I wonder? He really is honest. Completely different from the genius act which I play.
But it's not a genius act, though. Like, he can tell you're lying. Okay. For some reason, I'm not very good at making a conversation with Shiki. It's not painful or unpleasant. I'm just not very good at it.
But now that I think about it, actually, I've never spoken to someone my age who was of the opposite sex.
Uh-huh.
So this is the first time for me. Well, back then in Atlas, it was unthinkable. No, that isn't it. I simply didn't think about it. I feel sick. Everything before me turns red and I feel like I might collapse. Stop it. Don't think about your circumstances. Eliminate all thoughts. Excess thoughts are dangerous. There's but one thing I need to do. Oop. Negotiate with the true ancestor and restrain her. Then separate her from Tatari, and this time the vampire will.
Man, you're just assuming Arkwit's the one connected to Tatari currently?
This time I arrived ahead of our agreed meeting time by 10 minutes. But just as before, Shion was already there waiting. Good evening, Shiki.
Hey, just like I thought, you're right on time, Shion.
Of course. I didn't expect you to be.
Eh? What was that, Shion?
Nothing. I don't normally talk to myself, so let's just continue with our patrol.
Don't normally talk to yourself, huh? Somehow I don't believe that.
Humph. For some reason, her face seems pale. Is she in a bad mood? She seems kind of run down. Shion, are you okay? You look like you've overdone it. No need to worry. Management of one's own body is a basic skill for alchemists. More importantly, how about the true ancestor, Shiki?
About that. I couldn't catch her today either. I think she may be deliberately avoiding me.
You may be right. Maybe she's trying to act like some kind of a perfect honor student. Just like that agent yesterday.
No way, that's not Arkwit at all. She's probably just concerned about me.
Indeed. The workings of the heart are truly foolish, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess.
Just as well. So no results today either.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I did leave a note in her room. I have something important to tell you. You know what I've been doing, so come to the park after midnight. If you don't come, I won't make breakfast for you anymore.
Shiki, do you really think the true ancestor will take that seriously?
Yes. Oh, she will. A while ago, she and Aki had gotten a big fight. However it looked, Arkwit was the one at fault, and I told her to apologize. Of course, Arkwit said there was no reason to, but as soon as I threatened to stop cooking her breakfast, she apologized to Akia properly. That's the best bargaining tactic with her. What did they argue about? Nah, I don't know. But to be fair, a little argument between those two versus... Or I guess big argument, he said it was a big fight. Versus, you know, a whole life or death, you know, vampire in town situation is probably a bit different. I puff my chest out confidently. Shion stares at me in amazement.
I see. I must modify my assumptions about the true ancestor.
She nods to herself. Shall we go to the park? Maybe we'll meet her this time, Shion. Yeah, maybe. The moment we reach the park, I feel something wrong already. The smell of blood is overpowering. We run into the depths of the park, fighting our way through the thick night air to find... What? Oh, so it's... Okay. So the note he left was a little bit different. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure when we lost to CL, he said he left just a note about meeting up, not mentioning the breakfast bit. But it seems like this bit will be the same as the losing to CL route, maybe. Under the pale moon, above the countless corpses above the ground dyed with blood, Arkwid stands before us.
Despite being a failure, this could almost pass as a real thing.
Glancing at the moon overhead, Arkwid laughs amusedly. There's something strange in the air. Without a doubt, that is Arkwid. But there's something slightly different. Something not right with her.
At last you're here, Shiki. You call someone, you don't even meet them on time. Not to mention when you finally arrive, you're with some other woman. Now I'm starting to get ticked off.
She giggles. The pressure builds in the air around us. The abnormality almost overwhelming. I start to lose my self-control, just like Akiha does when she's drunk. Wait, are you real?
Oh? If you have to ask that, then I have to wonder about you. Well, we'll find out soon enough. You there, Magus. You have some business with me.
Or not the same, okay. So this is actually Arkwid this time?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. My name is Shio Nelna Malaysia. As an alchemist, I seek your cooperation for a great undertaking, Princess of the True Ancestors. Cooperate with me? How rare for someone outside the church to say that. But fine, let's hear it. I'll listen if you don't bore me. Yes, I am researching the process of vampirism. Those who had their blood drank by true ancestors and become dead apostles. Against this one-way process, then you mean... Yes, nothing short of curing vampirism. There is some abnormality in your kind's blood that causes humans to change. If so, then there has to be something which could cause them to turn back. For that, I need the blood of an original true ancestor. Oh, that? No way. That's boring, so we'll just stop here.
What? Why?
You can't just dismiss that as boring. When you get down to it, isn't it just a disease you're all spreading?
You can't just ignore the dead apostles like that. She's not.
Oh, I didn't say the dead apostles were boring. I'm saying that you're boring. What do you mean by that? I mean, that's impossible. Once humans become vampires, they can never go back. You can't turn back time, Shio Nelna Malaysia. And isn't your purpose different? Curing vampirism? That's a lie. You know yourself that's impossible. Isn't that right? Because you've already long since... Quiet. It was foolish of me to ask for your help. Humans and true ancestors can never work together willingly.
I will force you to cooperate. Yeah, good luck with that. Shion dips slightly. In an instant, her gun is out, and she charges at Arkwid. What? Shion, wait! My voice of reason doesn't make it on time. Shion rushes to attack the composedly lounging Arkwid. Oh god. Okay, so this is actually Arkwid then? So then why are we seeing the illusion of, like, bodies? Despite the fact that that should only be happening if it was Totari, right? Oh wait, no, I need to lose to her, don't I? Well, I'll fight a little bit. But yeah, for the normal ending, I need to lose. Well, I don't need to lose, because apparently it forces me onto the normal ending anyway, if I haven't gotten it yet. So... I guess it doesn't really matter, but... For the sake of it making more sense, I'll lose. There we go. Ah, man. She just, I don't know. The voices, or at least specifically Arkwid's voice, does not sound like how I imagined her to. Come on, kill me. There we go. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Heh. You two may have teamed up or something, but that doesn't mean you can beat me.
Wait. Did Shiki actually get involved?
Goodness, the fact that you take her side really takes me off. Right when I shouldn't be wasting even a little of my strength. What? Waste? Your strength? Yes, if that thing keeps running around loose, it'll be quite an eyesore, won't it? Even if it is just like a mere insect buzzing around, it's still a bother. Unbelievable. You know what its true form is? Of course, I was going to clean up the mess by myself. Shiki is too easily deceived, so I couldn't just let him fight that pathological liar.
Huh?
So Shiki, why the heck did you call me and then show up with that woman? Don't tell me you're actually the fake.
No, it's... Fake? Isn't that my line? What's that mountain of dead bodies then? What about you? Are you really Arkwid?
That wasn't me. You did it before you came here.
No, we didn't! I did it!
Yeah, although when I watched it, you looked a little fake. In any case, it seems like we all have been influenced by that thing. If you don't watch out, you just might turn into a killer.
Turn into a true killer? You mean, what do you mean?
The realization of anxiety. You were the one who stacked this pile of dead bodies. Isn't Ciel looking for you right now? Although in the first place, you can't really call this murder.
What are you doing, Arkwid? It's already too late. Stop kicking those bodies around like that.
Oh, Shiki, you're still tricked. Just take a closer look at all this, won't you?
A closer look, you. Huh? What is this? Just some scraps of food and trash? Huh? What is this? I swear there are bloody corpses right here.
You see? You were deceived. Shiki, you've had some very bad experiences, so you're more likely to make this stuff real.
Is it okay if I ask a question, Arkwid?
Yeah, sure.
What's going on?
Isn't it obvious? A pile of trash you mistook for a mountain of bodies. The work of a killer. No, a vampire.
A vampire? The model for all of these rumors around town? Ciel-senpai was looking, but I should have known you would be too.
What's this? You already spoke with Ciel? That's strange. Then even if it does appear, it may not be a bad time. Oh, I see. Because I'm here, it hasn't decided on a form yet. That idiot. So greedy, yet it can only end in self-destruction.
Arkwid, you're the only one understanding everything. Can't you help me out just a little?
That girl over there has all the details. I can't really explain about the dead apostle this time. And isn't it better to hear from somebody involved in all this?
Involved? You mean Shion? I mean, Shiki, you already knew that. You just laid off. Like, what?
Exactly. You know I really want to kill her, but you would probably get in the way, right?
Are you stupid? Of course I would. What's with this crazy, merciless attitude all of a sudden? You know, well...
Hey, I've said I'm letting you go, Alchemist. Until I've confirmed the strength of this vampire, I won't be wasting any of my power. She left before we could stop her. Since we cannot keep up, pursuing her would be useless. Furthermore, it is dangerous to stay here. I don't think there'll be anyone else around on a sweltering night like this. But even if there was just one, you might be branded as a criminal.
Criminal? I didn't kill anyone or anything. Yeah, but if you were fooled, other people will probably be fooled, and if they see you...
Perception is reality. Anyway, it is a good idea to move somewhere else. More trivial matters are likely to occur if we stay here.
Got it. Well, I really don't get what you're saying, but let's just leave here. Yeah. Sounds good. Oh wait, no, that one isn't the one that mattered. Oh no, it's this fight that matters. Okay, well, whatever. I guess I could have beat her, but whatever. About what Arkwid said earlier. When Arkwid said you were involved, what was she talking about? Shion, you said you didn't know much about what was happening, but you really do, don't you? I don't know why you were hiding it, but...
I was not hiding it. It was the truth that I only knew as much as you did about the rumors.
Uh-huh.
But yes, I do know more than you about the dead apostle hiding in this town.
I knew you'd be difficult. If you knew about it, how come you kept quiet?
Because you were just looking for the rumored vampire. For example, it would be like just buying medicine whenever you were sick. You didn't buy the medicine because you wanted to find out what was in it, right? So it was meaningless to explain everything about that dead apostle.
Hey, there is a meaning to it. If you don't know your opponent, you won't know how to counter him. He's just a rumor after all, so we don't know if he's really that bad. And if we can resolve this by talking, it'll be much better.
How laid back. If you think you can talk with it, then you are so wrong, it gives me the chills. This is against my better judgment, but consider it a reward for agreeing to help me. Right now, you seem to simply want peace with that vampire. But if you die on me because of it, my ability to finish this may be in question. Shiki, the source of the rumors in town. The dead apostle that the true ancestor and the agent of a church are searching for is the one called Tatari.
Tatari? You mean like a curse?
Yes. The etymology derives from this country's word for curse. The dead apostle Tatari is a vampire lacking independent individuality. It pieces together anxiety from the bits of rumors to appear real and feeds in cycles.
Uh-huh. A rumor that appears real and feeds in cycles? That's what she said.
Yes. A criminal that revels in the reactions of others to its deeds. Dead apostles are normally not content with simply drinking blood as the years pass. They make their own rules and take pleasure not only drinking blood, but in protecting those rules. To make matters worse, Tatari has the ability to gather up rumors. Similar to the true ancestor's marble phantasm, Tatari is able to materialize the imagination of humans. So the more uneasy humans are and the more bad rumors spread, the more its power grows.
Hey, then you mean in the absence of bad rumors he can't exist?
Yes. A curse's strength is extreme anxiety, and operating on this principle, it can transform into general rumors into reality. That which is called Tatari truly does have the ability to materialize rumors. It is one kind of what we call a reality marble. Strong dead apostles are able to create within themselves a differing reality from the outside world. This reality marble is a separate world created from one's imagination. Usually its form is constantly fixed, but Tatari's reality marble is something which takes form from nearby humans. Because of that, the contents of the reality marble are separate from that of the world around it. Reality marbles are also very short-lived. No matter how strong a dead apostle is, he cannot maintain one for more than a single night.
A single night is the limit. Is that why the rumors of the killer are only at night?
No. Tatari has not yet occurred. In order to take form, the rumors must spread through town in order to increase their probability. Right now, Tatari is only a rumor, but just rumors cannot kill anyone in reality, right? Tatari is spreading roots to this town, permeating it with unpleasant rumors. As time passes, the rumors start to turn to reality, and it can occur due to the bizarre circumstances. That means the likelihood of a true killer or a vampire serving as a model is high. In any case, thanks to all of those incidents which occurred before, I think it's only natural for the people of this town to feel uneasy about it.
Oh? In other words, this dead apostle named Tatari hasn't drunk blood in this town yet, and he has to wait until the rumors become closer to reality before he can?
To put it succinctly, yes. For Tatari, the town in which he appears is only one stage, and the audience has just arrived. Their imagination is fuel to play, and when the seats are filled,
Tatari appears. The curtain rises?
Yes, for one night. In the past, Tatari would claim victim after victim in the town in which he occurred until it was morning. At times, it would be given to preying on everyone in the whole town. At any rate, he was the unpleasant rumor everyone in town believed in. Humans cannot fight back against their own nightmares, their worst fears given shape. Because they cannot fight back, it truly is a nightmare. And once the curse begins, there's no stopping it? Correct. And you are also part of the audience. No, you might just be the guest of honor. There's a high possibility whatever unpleasantness you think of will become Tatari.
Eh? Why me?
You are the human most tied to the true ancestor. You are the one receiving the true ancestor's favor.
Yeah, okay, yep.
So this town is considered quite desirable for an appearance.
The true ancestor's favor? If that's what you think, you're a little mistaken. But why would that make me such a desirable target?
You know the true ancestor very well, right? If you think about it, it's very obvious. The absolute worst nightmare in this town would be a true ancestor gone mad.
Eh? Then, if I get worried about Arkwood indiscriminately drinking blood, or think that Ciel-senpai and Akiha getting in a fight would be bad, then
the chances of that becoming reality is high. Curses work more on the principle of changing things which exist, rather than creating something out of nothing. Please think of Tatari as a sort of dead apostle who uses curses as familiars. In this case, wouldn't it simply be easier for Tatari to take possession of the true ancestor and start rampaging rather than truly becoming a rampaging true ancestor?
Yeah, yes.
Consequently, your image of unpleasantness is much more clearly defined than anyone else's. Having seen so many real vampires, you provide a far more vivid image from which to construct a false one.
Hey, wait a minute. Then if I imagine that guy, for instance, if I get troubled thinking about that, Shion? Shion, what's wrong? Are you hurt from your fight with Arkwood?
No, that is not it. I just suddenly became nauseous. No need for concern.
Yeah, bullshit.
More importantly, Shiki, what are you going to do now?
Huh? Why do you ask that?
Our efforts to negotiate with the true ancestor failed, but there still remains the possibility. Her top priority is dealing with Tatari, so we may still use it as a bargaining chip. In other words, there's no need for you to act as a mediator. You can just go back to...
In that case, let's do it together. I'm looking for the vampire anyway, and you have to do something about Tatari before you can talk with Arkwood. Yeah. And we are partners after all. You're a help to me too.
Oh, I'm surprised. Shiki, you still intend to help me?
Huh?
Well, I do not have any more information for you, and I'm still hiding so much.
Haven't you answered whatever I asked? If I don't understand anything, all I have to do is ask, right? Anyway, let's just roam around for a while. We still need to do something about this Tatari dead apostle before his curse becomes real. With that, Shiki and I began to search together. I wonder why. There is no need since the true ancestor has refused to cooperate. And he still doesn't understand what Tatari is if he thinks he can just run into it while we walk around like this. It is meaningless. If it was so easy to run across Tatari like that, it would have already been sealed by the church long ago. Understanding the futility, I still continue to search with Shiki. In other words, the reason is unknown. I can't believe it. Things I do not understand discomfort me. So why am I... This lack of understanding is probably getting on my nerves. Shion, maybe this direction is better?
There's nothing in that direction. Traces would be found not in the center of town, but at its edges.
Its edges, let's see, the park, my family's mansion, the industrial sector, the brand new construction site. Oh, the school? That's where the vampire's lair was before. It is of no importance if you exclude the school. During this holiday, there will be no one there, correct? Tatari will not appear where rumors will start. Or where no rumors will start. In other words, a place where no people gather. Oh, then let's head off to the construction site. My choice of words was not correct. Tatari does not like crowded places. Instead, places where one can view signs of life places where one are desired, okay. Then elevated places such as the school or the Tono mansion are desired. Uh-huh. We hurried to the construction site. The place where Shiki had to experience the parting. His thoughts flow into me through the etherlight. Despite appearing calm, his thoughts are full of his classmate that became a vampire. Wait, what? That didn't... Am I misremembering? I do not remember that taking place at a campsite or at a construction site. I could have because we run from the park and we end up in just a different alleyway, not the like regular alley. No, wait, what? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That's not... Yeah, that's not where... Those thoughts become painful. A deeper look at Shiki's true state shows him to be an austere monk treading across a mountain of needles. But unconsciously, he repeatedly tells himself to ignore the path so he can continue walking forward. The first time he runs into his... Should I just cut the connection with the etherlight? If I do that, his thoughts will no longer flow towards me. That is where the nausea came from earlier. Shiki was imagining the thought of blood so freshly I practically became drunk on it. Shion, be careful. The steps are crumbling and it isn't very bright, so watch your step. I know. I can see that much by the moonlight. Yeah, it's almost a full moon. I guess it is bright tonight. After he says that, I look up to the sky. The golden moon hangs overhead. The dark, chaotic ruins remind me of that night. The night 3 years ago. That one night in the mountain village. The village destroyed by Tatari. I was the only one who survived. No, I was allowed to escape. I shamefully escaped from that thing, from which it is impossible to live after having your blood drank by it. Shiki, can I ask you a question? Do you hate vampires? That's a pretty tough question, Shion. In the darkness, Shiki takes a step forward. Right behind him. I hate them. There's no doubt about it. Your girlfriend is literally a vampire. For a brief second, I sense an icy intent to kill. But my hatred isn't directed towards them. Only humans have have a conception of good and evil. I see. There is no good or evil when it comes to vampires. Just displeasure at drinking blood. A monster that drinks human blood. A usurper who steals human blood. That monster let me alone escape. I asked why it let me go. What do you mean? I feel sorry for my own kind. Saying that as it smiled, it disappeared. To think that is... Oh, so when I said it... Oh, so it is an ancestor of hers. Okay, yeah, so in some of the other endings, it had kind of been hinted at, but I was like, no, it couldn't be, because it said he was like centuries old. So I just assumed that it couldn't be, but there were other things that kind of were pointing at it being the case. Okay. To think that's one of my relatives makes me so angry I could go crazy. One in whom the blood of Eltnum flows. The same blood of Eltnum within me. This body which can no longer turn back. It looks like this way is a bust. I was thinking maybe the center of town seems suspicious. Red. I don't like the color red. Shall we go back for now? Next time we'll try that. Blood. I don't like to remember blood. Shion. To need something like that, who... Shion, hey. Are you okay? Shion. So I won't allow it. Some mages are longer lived than regular humans. Eltnums seem to be like that. So it could be her grandfather who was the first one to be discovered to be stealing people's memories? Like, the reason I had written that off before is because it said he was like centuries old, so I was like, oh well. It couldn't be her direct grandfather, but if they live like, 200-300 years, maybe even before he became a vampire. I don't know. So I won't allow it. The one who let only me escape. Myself who escaped. And this weak flesh of mine. Great-grandfather, I think? Oh. I thought it said it was the grandfather who was... I mean, I guess it could have... I don't know. I guess it could have been the one before. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. This weak flesh of mine. Yes. This time, in order to lower the curtain on the Midsummer Night's Dream. Oof. I've managed to carry her this far. I placed Shion gently down on the bench. Oh, I guess she fell unconscious. Okay. Unconscious, she lies there breathing painfully. Shion may have some sort of chronic disease. She looks worse than when I met her, and she did just collapse after all. If you consider vampirism a chronic disease, yeah. Well then, what do I do now? I don't know where she sleeps, and it would be a problem if I just left her here. Of course, I'll stay with her until she wakes up, but I want to take her somewhere else. Why? Taking her here in the dead of night wasn't a good idea. There was even that trouble with Arqui just a little earlier. But there really is no other place I can take her. My place is, of course, out of the question. Just what would Akia, Hisui, and Kohaku-san think about me then? I mean, if you explained to them what was happening, at least as far as what you know, I'm sure they would overlook it. I think you would be fine. Senpai's room and Darkwood's place are the same. In that case, I just have to tend to her until morning. Yeah, I guess. Huh? I understand your fear, human. Staying in a place like that, you must fear the memory of that night you spent here. Whomst? I whirl around to face that voice. I see. Him again? This is like the third time. The fear saturating you is impossible to erase. It is difficult to banish it into oblivion when it spawns from the darkness within you. You? Why are you here? There is no why, no right or wrong. I simply exist here as myself. I must be a fake, not a reality. I may be an impossible existence, a decaying corpse, but if allowed to exist, I will turn myself into reality. The vampire in the black overcoat. Chaos. the enemy I once defeated. The one who clothed himself with 666 familiars draws closer to me. You wish to fight? Or you wish to fight? Naturally. You were the one yearning for annihilation. A curse is no more than one sin returning to them. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Akiha would embrace the the idea of like spitting in the face of the church. Maybe I could. I'm probably wrong though. Therefore, this curse is the fruit of your own wandering thoughts of your self-destruction. His black coat flutters. From that darkness flows countless beasts. Run away, Shiki. Oh, another one. But a magus. Not many circuits, but of fine quality. It has been a long time since I last fed on a magus. But be assured, I will inherit your intellect. It will not be wasted.
Shiki, you... Of all things, you had to think of that here?
What? It's my fault he came after all? Yeah.
Did I not say Tatari was something which could not exist unless it received the influence of others? A monster which could not normally exist, one which gives rise from the fears of others. To you, Nero Chaos is a curse which embodies both of those things. It is exactly the kind of form that Tatari impatiently waits for during the full moon.
What?
You mean he... Yes, that is the dead apostle Tatari. Things are moving faster than planned, but it cannot be helped.
Shion gets in a fighting stance. The vampire which made his appearance raises his hand towards us in perfect composure, just like that time before. Excellent. I defeated you once before, and if you insist, I'll defeat you as many times as it takes. I ready my knife and advance toward the vampire. My knife and Shion's thread, they mingle with his roar underneath the full moon. Alright. It's only on two difficulties, so should be easy. Ow, ow. Unless I just suck. Yeah. Ow. Why are you throwing crows into my face? It's so rude. Ow. Yeah. Ow. Ow. Rude. Okay, that's some BS. He just turns his giant worm around toward me. It just fucking whips it around. Gah! Not bad. That's to be expected from number 10. It exceeds even my former potential. But in these circumstances, it will not be enough. What's going on? He's fading?
Too early. After all, you're the only one for whom Nero Chaos is a strongly held fear. There is not enough strength of rumor for full conceptualization. In that state, anyone could kill Tatari.
An opening. Ah. I am to be killed by you a second time? I see. Myself, or even our ancestors, are but frail beings before an exception like you. Perhaps an irregularity like you can even summon the princess and bestow upon me that form. Very well. Being one of the 27 dead apostle ancestors has lost its flavor. Being an original would be much more appropriate for my final form. So, So dead apostle ancestors are the ones who were turned directly by true ancestors, right? And then the normal dead apostles are the ones who turned through research. Or is it the opposite? I've honestly forgotten. Not only.
I can't believe it. Even if it is pointless, or even if it's pointless,
That statement escapes my lips. The eyes of Tonoshiki see death. Not the death of substance, but the death of meaning, of existence itself. I knew that from reading his data, but I didn't understand it. Dead apostle ancestors are just the highest rank of dead apostle. Oh, okay. That's a weird way to differentiate them then. You think it would just be an entire list of dead apostles rather than... Because I feel like what I said makes more sense. Like, oh, the ones that were turned by true ancestors are the dead apostle ancestors, and then the ones that got through research would be regular, but no, that's just a rank. Okay, that's weird. He truly is a god of death.
Tatari's incomplete form is information. To be able to attack and eliminate it like a tangible object is.
What a wild card. For him, he can probably kill concepts beyond human comprehension.
Gone. Did I defeat it?
Shiki says this in half disbelief. It isn't because it was simple compared to the long dead apostle. Some DA were bitten by mostly runes to some were research based and some are just in heavy position. Okay. But it essentially is just like a strength thing. Like, or I don't know. Isn't because it was simple compared to the long gone dead apostle. In the first place, if Tatari is composed only of information, he cannot be a challenge. Shiki, being well tuned to the life and death of an opponent he defeated before, is simply able to perceive the passing once more. Shion, just now.
Yes, it is finished. You have destroyed the vampire you were looking for, Shiki.
I think remake establishes a more concrete uniting factor of DAs, but I haven't run into it. Each ancestor has something called idea blood. Okay. Huh. I guess I'll just find out when the remake gets its official release. For real?
Yes. Well done, Shiki. You destroyed Tatari before there were any victims.
I lied. With such an obvious lie, he might be able to tell. But he really has no way of denying it. Oh, the concept of origin. Oh. I am his only source of information regarding Tatari. If I say it is finished, then all I can do is nod. I see. Got it. Well then, what are you going to do, Shion? That dead apostle Tatari, he's gone now.
As the true ancestor will not cooperate with me, I have no need for this town or for you. I will soon be leaving.
Is it really okay? About Arquid?
Yes. In the first place, I knew my chances of gaining her cooperation were low. Our negotiations failed, so there was no second time. Rather than wasting time negotiating, it would be better for me to return to my research. That has always been my goal.
Oh, that's fine, but in that case, it would be better to just go back.
he says in a perfectly natural tone as he stops. His words, they're correct. For me, it is meaningless to search for Tatari tonight. I understood it was meaningless for me to try to use Tatari in the negotiations with the true ancestor. So, that is why I agreed to search for the vampire with Shiki, even though it promised only a small amount of success. Shion? What's wrong? You don't look too well again. No, there's no need to worry. Right. In other words, even if it was just briefly, I worked with Shiki unselfishly. The reason is so simple it almost doesn't come to mind. What is this? Does this mean I have a liking for him? Maybe? What is it, Shion? Suddenly staring at my face like that. Huh? Shiki is flustered. Probably because my behavior is different than usual. Yeah, I feel the same way. Until now, I never really spoke with someone of the opposite gender close to my own age. Until now, I never held a strong interest in that. I never knew it was easy for people to start liking one another. It is troubling. My chest starts to get tighter, and my face starts to get hotter. It is a failure of the fundamental control all alchemists learn. But just as well, it does not appear to be a negative sensation. Yeah? Perhaps a dog running on the ground that suddenly became able to fly would feel the same exaltation. Thinking that, I suddenly feel a strange happiness. Oh god, you going vamp? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by nausea. Shion, you've been acting strange for a little while now. Isn't it better to just rest after all? I am feeling poorly, so I will return. Because the vampire causing disturbances in this town is gone now. Our cooperative relationship is now finished. Yeah, that's true. Then we will part here. Farewell, Shiki. I withdraw my etherlight from Shiki. The thread connecting us is now broken. The contract between us also reaches its end. That's not it, right? I turn away from him. My nausea vanishes, as does my feeling of exaltation. With that, the type of miracle occurring until now becomes elucidated. Because I never liked anyone, I could only feel unhappy about myself. So I endured it. I endured it by my dry, empty, and meaningless actions. What moved me was emotions that I never truly felt before. These emotions... No. The emotion of liking something was barely a part of my life. So these past 3 years, I just endured it. But even that is at an end. Whether I like someone or not, this body has reached its limit. This body has reached a level where I can no longer maintain it without drinking blood. But maybe there is a plus side. A human before it transforms into a vampire. Being bitten by a vampire. A human that can only become a vampire is brought down by one thing. Wanting someone else. Just that simple emotion. I know that now. Oh god, and so because she wanted to be... Oh, I just realized I should have lost to Chaos. Whoops. Actually, I don't think it matters, but whatever. God, she's gonna make us fight her, isn't she? Or at least it's gonna end up coming to that. Hot. My throat is parched. How long has it been since my thirst has been quenched? My body is harmed by the rising sun. In exchange, these abilities far surpass... Okay, yeah, she's gone full vamp now. Far surpass my previous ones. That is only natural. If your momentum increases, you must increase your intake of nutrients. Regular food will not suffice. It will not satisfy. This thirst will not leave me. Red blood screaming from anguish. This body which can only be healed by corruption. Always,
For these past 3 years, I've always resisted the temptation. That night, ever since that summer when I was bitten by Tatari. Hot, hot, hot. The walls of my throat stick together as if to block off my head from the rest of my body. My head floats above my body, as if not even attached. There is only one way to bring everything together. There are no nerves connecting the limbs of a vampire. What connects a vampire is just red blood. Moreover, the blood of others. Vampires cannot survive without stealing the blood of others. I won't do it. I'll never do it. I never want to be the same as that one. Because an existence like mine that cannot survive without stealing from others is a mistake. But at the same time, I know it is only natural to require a greater intake of energy in order to maintain such a desired existence. An existence where such a supreme level of life force exists. The race of vampires is an existence far beyond that of humans. So a human diet cannot compare to that of a vampire's. In other words, red, blood, anguish, despair. Of course, you cannot say that is normal, but the energy it provides is immense. I know that. I understand. As an alchemist, what makes sense is justified. So does that make the race of vampires justified? For them, as living organisms, they're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, I guess, technically. Drinking blood is a totally natural phenomenon, without any shame. But I continue my refusal to do it. I don't understand. Why do I keep clinging to my humanity? It doesn't add up. Some numerical value must be incorrect. Otherwise, I would not still have these doubts. I can think of this all calmly. But just where, when, and what is mistaken? I don't know. What is mistaken? Mumbling that, I awaken. Night. It is finally a full moon. That's the time limit. All the ripening rumors will become Tatari tonight. My true goal, bringing vengeance to the one who initiated me into the race of vampires, attacking the enemy of Eltnam. It will end here, no matter what, by tomorrow. I think I'm finished. These past 3 years, never returning to Atlas, continuing my flight from the church in my relentless pursuit. All in these past 3 years. During that time, all I have gained is just an understanding that my vampiric impulse may cause me to develop a liking for others. Is that bad or good? In the end, I didn't even discover what was wrong. Not that I wanted an answer. All I wanted to know was where Shio, and Eltnam went wrong. I didn't need an answer, because that was... After all, even if I found an answer, the dullness of my existence would not change. It isn't what is wrong is right. It isn't that what is wrong is right. Just, I only wanted to know what was wrong. All the same, I couldn't even fulfill that simple desire. Time to go. Tonight will be the last night. I emerged from the back alley. There's only one place to go. That shrine where the whole town can be seen, where he and I first met. The tall, partially constructed skyscraper. This place, by some strange twist of fate called Shrine, will be my final stop tonight. I knew from the very beginning where Tatari would converge. I didn't come to this city because I could sense his presence like an agent or a hunter. I reached my conclusions through my calculations. They projected a location, and this city matched it. Almost time. This time I will. Even if I am alone, I will defeat Tatari. Ooh, I hate that. My entire body freezes. Just thinking that I am unable to combat that monster causes my thoughts to halt. That is only natural. Not knowing what shape it will take, I do not know if I can hold my own against it.
An enemy who has not taken form cannot be analyzed for data. Alchemists are those who fight using information, yet I do not even have that to draw on. I must go. It is almost midnight. With shaking legs, I advance forward with my mind still encased in ice. And then... Ah, you finally came! In the entrance to the building. Hey, you're an hour late, Shion. He's there, raising his hand in easy greeting. Aww, didn't think he would show up, huh? Shiki? Yeah, but what's with that expression? You look like you've seen a ghost. Because... you... why? Why not? Didn't we promise? Until we both met our objectives that we would cooperate? So it's not quite over yet. You haven't found what you were looking for, Shion. I see. In short, he saw through everything and was playing dumb. Yeah, maybe a little bit. I'm a little surprised. My etherlight is detached, so I don't know what he's thinking. But I truly know just how good of a person he is. Yeah. Because he knew he didn't destroy the vampire, and that I was hiding something from him. Yet he still waited for Shion Eltnum just like before. Certainly there still remains one of my objectives, but that is my problem. Your objective was met last night, so I do not think there's any reason for you to wait for me. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but please don't worry about it. After all, I couldn't quite rest easy unless it was completely confirmed. If the vampire was still here, it would be bad. I'm not finished yet, so there's no reason for me to go back. Well, since our goals are pretty similar, can't we just team up like before? So let's stay together for a little longer. I do not mind, but I cannot bear responsibility for what happens. It will get deadly, and I will look out for myself more than for you. Are you still okay with that? Sure, I do the same thing, so I won't mind one bit. I wonder. Did you say something, Shion? I cannot believe what you just said, but I do not mind. Uh-huh. Because I can believe in you, Shiki. Oh, yeah. And the two of us enter the building. My legs, which were shaking so hard earlier, slip into an easy gait, as if my trembling from before never happened. Probably because I'm happy. To not fool myself and say it bluntly, I am overjoyed. I'm less embarrassed than I thought I would be. Moreover, I feel splendid. Good for you. Now, time to switch off my emotions. I have to try as hard as I can to hide my feelings from Shiki and act like the way I was before. Yeah, good luck with that. We'll see how that works out for you. The elevator rises. There wasn't any electricity, but after a little fiddling by Shion, our trip to the rooftop began. Hey Shion, yesterday we defeated the Tatari that became Nero, yet he's still here. Does that mean we have to defeat the true Tatari? I wish I had a better way of conveying whispering and mumbling than the other person asking, did you say something? Yeah. Isn't that what the... There have been a few times where Shiki's like text had like brackets around it. So I assumed that was whispering, but maybe that's just thoughts inserted in the middle of his sentence, I guess. I thought that was him whispering though, so I guess, oh. But I guess, yeah, if other things were whispers, it... Yeah, I don't know. Does that, yet he's still here, does that mean we have to defeat the true Tatari? No. When it comes to Tatari, there's no such thing as true Tatari or fake Tatari. Yes. Not even you can completely kill a Tatari. It is special among all the 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. Huh? Tatari can exist forever through others, the same as Roa, the infinite reincarnator.
Wait a minute, Shion. What did you say just now? Oh god. She brought up Roa. Shiki's gonna think about Roa and it's gonna be him.
About Roa. You were connected to him, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Wait, that's not it. What you said before. What did you say exactly about Tatari?
Tatari is one of the 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. Come to think of it, I never did tell you.
No, you didn't. Those 27 ancestors of the dead apostles are the strongest, aren't they? I never knew he was one of those.
That was an omission on my part. I will explain everything, so please do not be angry. Simply put, Tatari is an unprecedented vampire. The dead apostles are only humans who became vampires.
Oh, so the dead apostle ancestors have like special powers, essentially. Like Nero's, you know, fuck ton of things and.
Oh no, Nero was a regular. I don't know. They are second generation vampires who are their own breed of vampires apart from the true ancestors. The highest among those are called the 27 ancestors. Among these 27, there are those whose true form is unknown. Even other dead apostles do not know of them, and not even the church pursues them, because they are ancestors. The others of the 27 do not face them either. Their existence is strange even among vampires, enigmas which stray from the norms of the 27. That is Tatari, number 13, the vampire called the Knight of Wallachia.
The Knight of Wallachia? I've heard something about that from Senpai. The church knows what the layers of the 27 ancestors are, with the exception of one of them.
Yes. Tatari. No. The Knight of Wallachia does not have a lair. In the first place, it is something that does not even exist in this world.
Something that doesn't even exist in this world? You mean he's dead?
No. There are those among the ancestors that exist even though their bodies have been destroyed. Simply, you cannot destroy the 27 ancestors by destroying just their bodies. But that is not what I meant. The Knight of Wallachia truly does not exist. A dead apostle that cannot exist unless certain conditions are met. But as long as they are met, it is a dead apostle that can live forever. That is the form of the immortality possessed by the Knight of Wallachia.
Immortality? Not even dead apostles last forever, yet they still yearn for eternity, right?
Those are the words of the infinite reincarnator Roa. Yes, the Knight of Wallachia resembles him terribly. It does not independently exist eternally, only by others. Dead apostles are immortal, but not eternal. An immortality which requires them to drink the blood of others means they will not age, but does not mean they will not die. Most ancestors work to perfect that incomplete immortality, but they all fall short. Among them, there are those who seek eternity not from themselves, but from others. One was Michael Roa Veldmjong, a dead apostle who reincarnated into those with ability. Another is the Knight of Wallachia, Zepia Eltnum Oberon. He took another approach from Roa, but still obtains eternity through others.
Zepia Eltnum Oberon? Wait, his name is the same as...
Quiet. The details of his name have nothing to do with this explanation. It would take too long to explain that.
Uh-huh. You just don't want to talk about him being your great-grandpappy.
He had his eye on using others to obtain eternity. No, you must say a circumstantial eternity. His life does not reach eternity, but his phenomenon does. No matter how strong a life form is, it can only know defeat against a life form which exceeds it. If its life is destroyed, if it dies, it will disappear. But if its origin is a phenomenon that occurs after a certain set of circumstances, then it cannot truly die, because as soon as those conditions are met, it will occur once again. Zepia chose his occurrence conditions to be based on human conceptions. Yes, to carry this analogy to the extremes, he is like a typhoon. A typhoon stems from low pressure and is a continual menace, occurring over and over as long as conditions are met. But even if you could destroy the phenomenon of a typhoon, it will still reoccur within this world. That is what Tatari is like. Oh god. So much talking. A societal phenomenon, a rumor relying on information, which will continue as long as the human world continues. What is born from that is Tatari, the vampire called the Knight of Wallachia. Sorry, Shion, could you explain it in terms a little easier to understand? There truly is no such orientation, but please think of it as a kind of energy that gives things orientation. The dead apostle Zepia failed in his attempts to gain the arcane secret called the Sixth, but as expected from a dead apostle, he did not fail completely. He was unable to rewrite the system, but he was able to remain inside. After failing to gain the Sixth, Zepia's body was dispersed, but it was dispersed according to his wishes. The diffusion of his strong spiritual elements caused them to remain in this world. Normally, the separation of these spiritual elements, the soul's separation from the body, causes it to fall into nothing. Hang on. Whether it happens quickly or slowly, it is all the same. A natural process one cannot resist. Released from the prison of the flesh, the spiritual elements with no intent of their own or salvation to orient them, perhaps fall into nothingness until they are once again transformed. But before that happened to Zepia, he mastered the Tatari equation. As long as certain conditions are met, his dispersed spiritual elements converge upon rumors and are born anew in this world. In the span it takes for a human to disappear, the alchemist Zepia calculated the place where Tatari would occur. All that was left was to chart his journey over a 1,000-year cycle and send his body along such a route. Of course, that route is an endless one-way trip. Zepia placed himself into that cyclical route so that even after the intent called Zepia ceased to exist, his scattered parts would continue along that program. The dead apostle named Zepia no longer exists, so the 13th slot has no name. The dead apostle Tatari isn't actually a dead apostle, but is nothing more than a phenomenon. Nothing more than a phenomenon? But a phenomenon that just enters reality from unpleasant rumors is just... Yes, the dispersed dead apostle does not have anything left of its former self. No. In the first place, there's no way for such a thing to come back. Where the dead apostle called the Knight of Wallachia went is simple. It has to do with mastering the system of authenticating rumors and realizing them in his own body. Oh god, dude. So much talking. They just lore dump right at the very end. I'm like when a community of people imagines one thing at the same time, there emerges a consensus of the village, a legend. When such a legend becomes universally established, the Knight of Wallachia becomes that legend and disappears in the same manner. And it appears that the first appearance was in Romania, occurring in Wallachia. Occurring in Wallachia? Yes, the Wallachia region of Romania was once home to the feudal lord, Vlad Tepes. It is said that while he was lenient to his people, Vlad was incredibly brutal towards his enemies, the invading Turks, doing the unthinkable to other people, not only killing the enemy, but going even farther by using their flowing blood in his strategy. Well, I know, but like, I wish they had spread out this information a bit more, because now we're just getting like lore dumped
all at once. Not only killing an enemy, but going even farther by using their flowing blood in his strategy. Despite going so far to protect you know what? It would be easier on me if I just use my normal voice for everything. So I'm gonna do that rather than trying to do Shion's voice. Despite going so far to protect his own people, rumors began to say he was a vampire. Of course, those were just rumors. Yeah, in a civilization blanketed in darkness, vampires did exist. And people feared that Vlad Tepes was a vampire. It had nothing to do with reality. And after Vlad Tepes died, the town still circulated the rumor. If the Lord is a vampire, then during the full moon, he'll return to drink our blood, won't he? Vlad, rumored to be a vampire even while he was alive, was still feared for being a vampire after he died. The rumor of a vampire in such an isolated place was very useful for to Zepia. He chose Wallachia, the place of the death of Vlad Tepes, as his best sample he has to begin from. On the night of the full moon, he transformed into the rumored Vlad the Vampire and began massacring the people. After the Knights of the Church arrived, there was not a single body with any liquid left. From street to street, human skins were spread all over the ground. Vlad the Vampire returned to drink until there was nothing left. Drank not only their blood, but all the water within their bodies. Every one of the knights must have thought it was a true nightmare. That event, that massacre, was so terrible, the church could only call it one thing. The ultimate nightmare, the gathering of all terror, just the Night of Wallachia. The Night of Wallachia? And? What happened to him after that? He disappeared. With the death of all those who feared his curse could no longer spread. After the Night of Wallachia kills all those who made him, he vanishes. Well, he was only able to appear for one night, so it is possible for people to survive. I don't get it. That Night of Wallachia materializes curses, right? So if he left the people alone that first spawned him, wouldn't he be able to last forever? No, Tatari receives the form of a curse. Unless he acts according to that conceptualization, he will not be able to exist. After crystallizing into the object of the people's dreaded wishes, he kills them all, and then vanishes according to those wishes. Appearing as a curse, Tatari must be above all else a curse. I guess I understand a little. Then it was humans who made the Night of Wallachia into a curse, so Tatari could be made into something bad or something good. Kind of like that story about the monkey's paw, where it granted your wishes in all too simple of a manner. So, if humans thought of something good, then it wouldn't turn into a vampire, right? I guess, yeah. I mean, you go for it, Shiki. Maybe it'll work. We have arrived at the rooftop, Shiki. Then right here is where, yes. At midnight, the Night of Wallachia will begin. You cannot die, Shiki, so please discard any useless thoughts right now. Shion pushes the control panel. The not quite finished elevator groans as the door opens. Okay, what's it gonna be? Probably Arcwood, right? It was the last time we were up here. The rooftop is still being constructed. It seems no one is around. There probably has not been anyone around these past few days. Huh? Shion, what are you doing? Spinning around like that. Is that ballet? No. I am using my ether light to draw information from the surroundings. Joking around at a time like this, you really are. Arquid? Oh. No? Okay, we're not even... It has begun. That is Tatari. This isn't good. I can't really see them. Of course. Right now you cannot see any lines of death there.
Even you cannot kill words. Inside there, it is still nothing but words. You cannot kill that which is yet to exist. At this stage, the only thing which can kill it is something like Arquid Brunstud.
Arquid? You mean only something that is so recklessly strong can break it?
You really are quite direct. I have been wondering for quite a while, but how come you are only so direct when it comes to the true ancestor?
No, that's not it. She won't understand unless you really spell it out for her.
Click. I see. That is how Akia feels. It may be wishful thinking, but I may get along with her.
What are you saying over there, Shion?
Can you not tell? I am just thinking aloud to myself.
Yeah, no, we've seen in another route that you and Aki really would get along. Let's not do that, shall we?
Let us move on, Shiki. It seems Tatari is taking shape.
Yeah, it is Arquid.
I knew it. You chose to take the strongest form by drawing upon the thoughts of the person who knew of vampires in this town.
Yeah.
But of course, the Knight of Wallach's goal has nothing to do with being a curse. Zeppia's goal was to become a true ancestor. Zeppia never knew things would turn out like this, but in this town, the method to become a true ancestor, the answer he was seeking has emerged. As a backup plan, Zeppia investigated places where the Princess of the True Ancestors would appear, which is why I am now here. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but Zeppia's goal is within my grasp. Tonight, the name the Knight of Wallachia will end.
Without even thinking, I hold my breath. This is Tatari. The Knight of Wallachia not only took her appearance, but took Arquid's personality and mannerisms.
Oh, you're here too, Shiki? Wow, I thought you'd have come by yourself, so I'm pretty surprised Shiki is with you, Shion. You've gotten a little softer over these past 3 years. Yeah, Rize Baif was the one to protect you back then. Bastard! Don't speak so lightly about her.
Shion's whole body is shaking. Arquid. No. The Knight of Wallachia seems to enjoy seeing her like that. Wait, Shion. Can I try and talk for a little bit?
Shiki? It's dangerous. That may look like the true ancestor, but it's totally different on the inside. Trying to hold a conversation, that's just being...
I know, but there's something I want to ask. The Knight of Wallachia, right? If you're the vampire who truly takes the form of others, then answer me. You. Have you even once not had the will to drink someone's blood?
I see now. Shiki, even though it's me, you're really concerned about that.
I'm just asking you a question. You can take the form of people's wishes, right? Then maybe once you can actually become something good.
Oh, you're so good. To ask me something so nice like that, it's wonderful, wonderful.
Don't poke fun. If you're in that form, then I know you'll answer me. Well then, has that ever happened?
It had happened. Not once, but many times. Then people wish for a bumper crop, or for arguing villagers to become friends, or for the god of a sacred tree, or to have a plague lifted. Of course, I grant each and every one of those. After all, I am the vampire who appeared according to everyone's wishes, right? Then I have to at least grant their wishes, don't I?
Then if you become something evil, it's because of people. You don't have any will of your own, so you can only do what people wish upon themselves, right?
Yeah, that's right. Even now I am the result of your uneasiness, Shiki. I never thought once for my own will to harm other people, you know.
Okay, so we just have to think of the good times, Arquid. You know, gleefully eating a hamburger and, going out on dates and other things.
That is a lie. You've always killed people because you wanted to.
Shion?
Oh, that's terrible, Shion. I even let you go, so that's news to me. Then I'll ask, Knight of Wallachia. You said there was a village that wanted a bumper crop. How did you make that happen?
Uh, yeah. Ooh. Shion really hit her with a good question.
It's simple. Without the proper agricultural conditions, you cannot have a great harvest, right? So I provided plenty of fertilizer. The dead bodies of everyone in the village, of course. And for the quarreling townspeople, how did you make them friends? That was also simple. Everyone had a different opinion, so that's why they were quarreling, right? So I granted their wish. In the end, they all tried to escape from me together. And the village wanting their local god, I became their god, and because their god demanded it, I took the heart of each and every one of them. And the town praying for release from the plague, I helped them from the plague too. The quickest way to end someone's suffering from the plague is for them to die, you know.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, Shiki, you were a little too optimistic.
Why, you? What are you so surprised about, Shiki? If you're that rude, I'll just kill you. Well, I'll kill you no matter what, actually. I am a vampire, and according to you all, I'll drink the blood of everyone in this entire town. That is how things are, Shiki. The Knight of Wallachia grants nothing other than the sucking of blood. A vile demon that broadly interprets every desire of the people into killing everyone and sucking their blood. The Knight of Wallachia? No. The man named Zepia who made it will always kill everyone because he enjoyed it. Of course! I wouldn't do it if it wasn't interesting. I appear according to everyone's desires, and then I leave in the manner that they wish. Hoo-hoo, the irony. Humans are so ironic. It's so wonderful that only humans are filled with this much irony, isn't it? A perfect, beautiful setting where everything goes right would be a boring play. What humans really enjoy is not a happy ending, but tragedy, right? What is beautiful is dirty. What is dirty is beautiful. If you cannot understand that, then you really can't take my place, Shion. Eh? What did he just say? Don't be ridiculous. I have nothing to do with you. Is that so? But your body's already at its limit. I don't know why you keep resisting it, but you should just hurry up and dirty yourself. If you become the Knight of Wallachia, it's alright if the Tari never occurs again. Zepia may not have gained anything, but if it is you and the Knight of Wallachia, you may achieve everything. At least the rate of success will increase. What I introduced you to and the fact that you understand me will not change. I do not have to be the one in charge. As long as the sixth is obtained, I will be satisfied. It isn't a bad thing, is it? With the two of us together, you could wield a veto over any orders from the Knight of Wallachia. After all, you would be the Knight of Wallachia. After that happens, all you need to worry about is how you intake sustenance. If attacking humans is not to your liking, there are other ways. You could find a compromise between your dignity and the Knight of Wallachia. I am amazed. You have created quite the useless formula, Wallachia. After all these hundreds of years, you've just managed to gain a strong host. Your intelligence is being controlled by the intelligence of Arkwid Brunstad. Are you calling Arkwid dumb? My, for one such as you, becoming a true ancestor is impossible. What? I do not even need to consider your proposal. I came here to destroy you by my own hand. It is entirely a matter of my own personal grudge. Attempting to do business with me by appealing to emotion rather than calculation is the height of folly.
I mean, true.
Now please disappear, Wallachia. This night will not dance to the tune of your lies. Before they can permeate this town, I will destroy you now that you have taken shape. Oh, as one of my kind, I thought you would have sympathized with me, but I was mistaken. The feeling is mutual, and you have ruined all the fun, Shion, challenging me to fight when your odds of success are so low.
This is Arkwid's castle? Also, how do you know what that looks like? I just realized, because we saw it in the first time too. How does he know what Arkwid's castle looks like? Am I the only one that thinks that doesn't really make sense? Like, unless she took him there, or he remembers it from the events of Kagetsu Toya. Actually, that's probably what it is, right? He remembers the events of KT. And so the Arkwood dream, where she was in the castle, is probably where the dream, yeah, okay.
Yes, I am Arkwood Brunstad, Princess of the True Ancestors. Materializing my world here is rather simple. Shion, for you, defeating me is impossible. Shiki, you're very unfortunate. There are no restrictions to bind me here. Even if you killed Arkwood once, you will meet nothing but despair. Well then, this town is much bigger than usual. Time is very precious, you know. Welcome, both of you. I will destroy everything without leaving a trace.
Shiki. Obviously. He's the one that I'm best with. Oh dear. Alright. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Ow. Hey. Rude. Okay, okay, one more. One more, come on. Ow, ow, ow. What the? Man, full power Arkwood is kinda scary. Ow. Although it's probably not even really full power, because Wallachia is, yeah.
No way. This cannot.
Now!
I'm disappearing. After finally obtaining the body of a true ancestor, for me to disappear is... More precisely, you are falling. Your calculations included only numbers. Arkwood knew how Shiki was a wild card, but you did not. No, you truly cannot comprehend. If you knew, you would never have attacked him directly.
Heh. Are you okay with that, Shioneltnum? If I disappear, you will.
All humans will die someday. That is all. But Wallachia.
I can still make it. I can still...
I will not accept you. As long as I live, I will not allow another Tatari.
You fucked. We... did it?
Yes. Tatari has been defeated this time. The Night of Wallachia will no longer occur within this town.
This town? Then he's still alive?
You cannot annihilate the Night of Wallachia. The only way would be to return Zephia and kill him. However, that cycle will not occur for thousands of years.
Oh. Then you will...
Nothing has changed from before. I am still researching the cure for vampirism, and if the Night of Wallachia occurs again, I will defeat it.
You mean alone?
No. The success rate of 2 people is higher than just 1. If I will not suffice, I will team up with someone else, and I know the world has an endless supply of people willing to help. So worrying is needless. Please ignore Wallachia's nonsense. I will not be defeated so easily.
Shion.
I have to thank you, Shiki. You are my first partner. My first friend. So for now we must part. Now that Tatari has vanished, the agent will come here to capture me.
I see. I guess it can't be helped. Yeah, in the end, I couldn't really do much.
Of course. This is my story after all. You were just the audience wrapped up in my selfishness.
But at the same time, The one to lower the curtain. Did you say something, Shion? No, it's nothing. Then I will go back now. Shiki, you should go back before dawn. Ah, then until next time. If anything happens, let me know. If I can help, I will. Yes, I will ask without holding back. So prepare yourself. Oh, the blush. That sounds weird, Shion. As always, your Japanese is a little off. Yes, but I do not think I am mistaken. After the two of us smile, we part. Yeah, that's right. I await the results of your wait, what? Who's this? If you gave up halfway through, I'd feel a little scornful of you. So you should also prepare yourself. Oh, okay, that was Shiki, okay. In the end, Shiki said that, as if he saw how I really felt. Then he walked away. In the first place where we fought, I saw him off. He got me good. If he tells me that, then I cannot do anything else. I'm an overachiever, so scorn isn't something I can tolerate. Well, more than anything else. I cannot break the promise I made with my first partner. Shiki, I have to thank you again. The way I have to be from now on. My connection to the Knight of Wallachia. He realized them both, yet didn't say anything. I have to thank him for his kindness. Well, then I must be going. Will Tatari occur next in Australia or Europe? If things happen quickly, it will be another 10 years. Until then, I have to keep this body going. However, I can't succumb. Ah, man, what a heavy promise to make. Drinking blood will accelerate the process of becoming a vampire. Even if the blood intake problem is solved, I have to find the way to resist vampirism. In that case, what to do is simple. It has been 5 minutes and 10 seconds since Shiki and I parted. Just like him, I walk away with a light gait. Wallachia is no longer in this country. As long as I live as myself, he will not occur here. It was only once. I was only here for a few days. But still, I will never forget this country. This is where I made a promise with my first friend. Even if we never meet again, I will never stop wanting to return here. If I were to make a wish, it would be to continue our honeymoon here as long as we could. Hey, yo, honeymoon? Shion! Let's move a little fast. The sound of footsteps. All that remains in the hot, hot summer air. And a single abiding memory. Okay. I could be biased because I really like the happy endings, but the one where they defeat Tatari or Wallachia, whatever you want to call him, and then she ends up staying with the Tonos is probably my favorite ending still. But this one's nice. You know, they have the promise, and you know, hopefully the promise will be kept. It's hard to say. But yeah, there you go. We have everything except the true ending and the joke ending now. Lord of Lies, Agitator. Wait, is that the one we just got, or is the one we just got the Knight of Tatari? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. I don't have a ton of hope for it, but I'm really, really hoping the true end gives us a happier ending. Could finish the true ending pretty fast. Yeah, if I just started it up, it would all be the same. Yeah, I could just skip through and get to that point. But I also wanted to go from the very beginning for the true end, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut it off here, just so there's 2 separate VODs for different endings. Because I wanted to start from the very, very beginning and go through it all in its entirety. But no, this alone, but that would take forever, though. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I am gonna stop here though. Because I haven't eaten in 6 hours and my stomach's been gurgling at me. So, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. I felt bad. I wasn't really talking outside of like reading the dialogue. I wasn't actually like inputting very much, so I kind of feel bad about that. But yeah, I just didn't have a whole lot to say, to be honest. Outside of like a few things, it was just me taking in information. So not much to do there. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.